Okay, we are out here on Main Road. You can see Highway 12 just outside of the village. Got some cars going by. We debated going to the beach today or doing Loop Shack Hill, and we decided to do Loop Shack Hill. So we're out here. I'm going to turn you around. Dad's going to give us a tour. He knows more about it than I do, and we do have mosquitoes, so if the camera jiggles a little bit, I'm probably just slapping a mosquito. So I'm going to turn you around and show you the marker that's right past, hi everybody, right past Howard's Pub as you're heading toward the beach. Here we go. So this is the marker that they put up for the beach jumpers. We'll show you both sides. Would you like to tell a little bit about it, Dad?
Well, the marker identifies Loop Shack Hill. Loop Shack Hill is actually over our left shoulder right now. And the picture on the monument is a good depiction of what it looked like. It was a bare sand hill. Keep in mind, this was before my time. I was born in 1944, and Loop Shack Hill was established by the Navy in October of 1942. And if you read the monument here, you will see it says December 1943 to 1946, and that's about the Advanced Amphibious Training Base. But the actual Loop Shack, which we'll talk about a little bit later, was established in October of 1942.
And I'm going to walk around so you can see the other side of it. And which do you want to talk about first? The Navy beach jumpers or the Loop Shack? Since the Loop Shack
I'm just
going to
confine myself to the Loop Shack.
Right. So we'll talk about the Navy beach jumpers later, or you can Google them. Really, really interesting organization, a group of guys that was here on the island during the 1940s. But since I don't even know the path,
let's walk up to the top of Loop Shack Hill.
I'm going to let you go first. You're going to lead the way and get the mosquitoes first.
It's been quite a while since I've been on this path as well, so we're making our way.
It's not even really an official path right now. The park has talked about getting it established as an actual path. Sometimes when people come in the shop, I'll give them an idea of where to go. But as you can see, there are no markers here, and lots of trees. These trees are a lot bigger than they were when I was a kid too. You could see over top of them when I was a kid, because prior to that, as Dad said, they were just sand dunes, just like what you're seeing right in front of us, all the way down there. Where are we at?
This is not the Loop Shack. But this concrete base, I think there are 4 of them. There was a steel tower, like a skeleton tower, built out here. And I don't know if you can still see it, but there are places where you can see where the tower has fallen over, and you'll see some of the steel members lying on the ground. But that's not the Loop Shack.
That was the tower that went with the Loop Shack. And if you come out here, I do not recommend coming out in flip-flops, because can you see those little guys there? Those prickly, I think I got the camera on it. They're prickly pears all over the place up here, all over the place. There's more remnants probably from when the Loop Shack was here. And actually you can see down in here too, the debris down there. Those lines are left from when the tide was up just during Dorian. Do we know where it's at, or are we?
We're getting there.
All right. It's a good thing I brought him, because if it had just been me, we might not have made it back to the shack. We still might not make it back to the shack. Is it in there?
It's so overgrown.
Things have fallen. Ah, there it is. It's up there on the hill. Yeah, it was a lot less overgrown when I was here last. I'm not sure where the best way to get to it is. Is that it?
That's it.
Can you guys see that in there?
Let's see if we can get.
Maybe from the other side?
Hold this one. Yeah, I don't know. It's so overgrown compared to the last time I was there.
There was actually a
We can get to it down there. Let's
okay,
go down there.
we're gonna go back and go the other direction. There was actually an art installation here years ago. I can't remember who all was involved in that. Roy Revels, I know, and Debbie Wells. It seemed like there might have been a couple other. Anne Arian brought their creative works up here and had an art exhibit right here at the Loop Shack. Going through the wax myrtle and the... Oof.
Can you get in here?
I can. Oh my goodness.
Can you see that okay? So what you're looking at now is the concrete base of what was called the Loop Shack. And if you do some research on Ocracoke Island history in World War II, either on our website, the Ocracoke Journal, you could just click on Loop Shack, or in one of my newsletters.
I'll try to post after we get back. I'll try to find the link there and post a link of what he's written up about the Loop Shack.
And then you can see a photograph of what it looked like in 1942. But this is the concrete base of the Loop Shack, and on top of this concrete base was a wooden room on the top, and this was connected to what was called an electromagnetic loop that was laid out in the ocean. The idea was that when a German submarine or another ship would pass in the vicinity of this loop, it would register on the instruments here at the Loop Shack. And for many, many years, I thought the Loop Shack was a radar tower, and there might have been a radar installment here as well, but the name comes from this electromagnetic loop that was put out into the water. And I did write a whole article about electromagnetic loops, and it's very, very complicated, but it'll give you a sense. I did just a sketch of what that, a word sketch of what that was about. But anyway, this was the Loop Shack, and it was the main structure on Loop Shack Hill. But there were many other structures as well, and I guess we can take a walk down and see those other
you know
buildings.
where they are. I just want to comment. My hair's stuck in the trees here, sorry. But if you look at this concrete, you'll notice little pieces of shell all throughout the concrete. And our house on Howard Street had that too. The cistern and everything was made of concrete, but it had shell in it because the sand they had to use was beach sand.
Right from the beach.
And so, you know, they didn't filter out all the particles of shell, but that's why this has shell in it. So we're going to turn around and try to find some more of the buildings, if there are any still left over. Yep, I got it.
There have been...
And I want to look here and just real quick and see if this is another way you can get to it. Yeah, we walked right by it, apparently. So for markers, down there is where the post was for the tower. And then you can kind of see in here, if you know what you're looking for, the other side of it. So you can get to it without going through the bushes like we did.
But there have been attempts to interest in the National Park Service in identifying this as an historical site on the island because it had such significance during World War II. What happened, however, was that although the whole point of the Loop Shack and the Navy base, there was a Navy base this was part of the Navy base that was established on Ocracoke in 1942. The majority of that installation was down where the Cedar Island Swan Quarter ferries are dock.
So if you hear old-timers, locals talk about going down base, that's where people are talking about, down to the Cedar Island Swan Quarter ferry dock area.
The Navy base. And the idea was to stop the destruction of merchant vessels by German submarines. But the truth is, by the time the Navy base was established on Ocracoke in October of 1942, pretty much the German U-boat attacks had stopped. So it didn't really have a major effect on the war.
But then they did reuse this space for the beach jumpers, like we said. I'll try to do a link to the beach jumpers as well, because that's really fascinating too. Multi-purpose area. So this, obviously not a lot left. But you can see the shell particles in this foundation too here.
And I can't tell you exactly what these buildings were used for, but I understand they were communications buildings, just support structures for the Navy, and particularly for what was going on at the Loop Shack.
So we've got some little bit of graffiti going on here. A few choice words, it looks like.
But this and I think just one more building is about all that's left. So let's walk down over here.
Okay.
So this is all on national park land.
And they had talked about joining with the Youth Center and the Nature Preserve, the Coastal Land Trust, to create a walkway from here to the ball field and then over the marsh grasses out towards Jackson Track. Because of the storm and financial issues due to the storm and to COVID, I think that's been put on hold for right now, I believe. But that's something to look for potentially in the future. A nice boardwalk with guided, labeled signs so that you know what you're looking at.
Well, at least the graffiti is hopeful.
Yeah.
Everyone deserves love, hearts, hope, joy, kindness, peace.
It's even a little Jackson Pollocky here with the
with the yellow paint.
with the yellow.
Let's see if we can walk around the back of it.
Well, it's got a window here.
Okay.
We're not allowed to go in. And yes, this is just north of Howard's Pub. Well, this is part of it. I'm not sure what's in the other part. I don't know. You can see it's kind of falling apart here. I don't know what's in the other, if the Park Service uses it as storage or if it's just for safety purposes shut down. And there might be a ghost here or something because I've lost my dad. I don't know what happened to him. Yes, there's a rope ladder there too. See the rope ladder?
Looks like somebody's got a tree house going on here.
Uh-oh. We're probably, maybe somebody's up there.
I don't see anybody.
So here's, I haven't been back here in years and years and years. So here's a little adventure you can go on the next time you're on the island. All right.
That's pretty much
We're
the
gonna
tour.
walk back. Does anybody have any questions? If I can see them. I know there were a few that scrolled through. Loop Shack Hill. Yeah, this isn't a place that most people get to. It's not marked. It is part of the National Park Service, so, you know, don't drive anything back here. You can walk back, but I wouldn't, like I said, recommend walking back in flip-flops because your fingers will probably get, or your feet will get torn up by
Take a look at the sky. It's just beautiful here today. Just gorgeous clouds, nice blue sky above the cedar trees. It's a gorgeous day.
Yep. So I'm going to end it here, but I will come back and answer questions in there. And just as we close, I had somebody ask where it was. If you go past Howard's Pub as you're leaving the village, there's the beach jumpers marker off to the left as you're heading north, so off to the sound side. And if you park there and kind of walk up here, you can see this.
But if you all start coming out here, the Park Service will probably put ropes up to keep you from...
Yeah, so if you come out, be quiet about it, be considerate of the space, don't leave trash, all that good stuff. But you can come back and if you have any questions about it, well, like I said, we'll post the links to the articles that my dad's written about the beach jumpers and Loop Shack, and you can always come in and ask at the Village Craftsmen, or you can email us. Okay? Thank you guys. I'll turn you around so we can wave goodbye.
Bye all.
Bye guys.